Hi, the recent coronavirus outbreak has affected the lives all over the world. There are about more than 1.7 million cases approved, and more than 100,000 people died because of this virus. In this video, we're going to look at some prevention strategies to control this epidemic. There are two main approaches to achieve this goal. Number one is mitigation, and number two is suppression. So let's take a look at them. But before that, let's talk about interventions. There's no effective drug or vaccine for COVID-19, so we need to use non-pharmaceutical interventions or NPIs. There are 5 NPI scenarios which can help us to achieve our goals against COVID-19.
Number 1. Case isolation. Symptomatic cases stay at home for 7 days. Number 2. Voluntary home quarantine. By identifying a symptomatic case, other members of the household must stay at home for 14 days. Number 3. Social distancing of those over 70 years of age. Number 4. Social distancing of entire population. And number 5. Closure of all schools and universities.
Mitigation. In this strategy, our goal is to reduce the person-to-person transmission of the virus. But we don't want to stop it completely because we need the virus to circulate among people, and when a significant number of population is infected, then they will be immune against this virus. But we won't let the virus spread freely. It is controlled, and we have to take care of high-risk groups. To achieve these goals, we have to place some restrictions. The best combination of NPIs for mitigation are case isolation, social distancing of those over 70, and home quarantine. The timing is so important in mitigation's case because if we apply the restrictions too early, when it's time to end the interventions and lift these restrictions, the number of cases would peak again. That's not what we want. The best time to apply these restrictions is a 3-month period in the peak of number of cases. In mitigation, our goal is to gradually reduce the number of cases and flatten the curve. So, as you can guess, there would be a huge number of people heading to hospitals. If we apply this strategy in the US or UK, we would be needing 8 times more critical beds in our hospitals. So, according to these explanations, mitigation is not a good option to control this epidemic. So, let's talk about the next strategy, suppression. In this strategy, we need more strict policies. Our goal is to minimize person-to-person transmission. The best or the optimal combination of NPIs for suppression are social distancing of entire population, case isolation, closure of schools and universities, and home quarantine. These interventions must start as soon as possible and continue until we find an effective drug or vaccine, or the virus circulation is stopped. As you can see, these restrictions require government's support and cannot be applied everywhere. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video.